Have you ever had a perfectly good day ruined by one person's words? Maybe someone made a passive-aggressive comment. Maybe your partner snapped at you when you were already stressed. Or maybe a coworker disrespected you in a meeting. And suddenly, you're not just upset, you're spiraling. If that's ever been you, you're not alone. But here's a real question. What if no one could ruin your peace? What if you could walk through life? No matter how messy it gets, calm and centered, like nothing could touch you? That's not a fantasy. It's a skill. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to build mental strength and become emotionally unshakable. I'm your friendly guide, Mr. Smart, and by the end of this video, you'll have real tools you can start using today. Control is your superpower. Imagine you're carrying a glass of water filled to the brim, and someone bumps into you, the water spills. Now ask yourself, did the person make you spill it, or was it because the glass was already full? That glass is you. Life will always bump into you. People will say things, traffic will slow you down, and not everyone will treat you fairly. But how full you are, how much stress, frustration, or insecurity you're already holding determines how you react. The truth is, most people are living so close to the edge that one comment, one inconvenience, and they explode. But real power comes from knowing you have a choice in how you respond. That's where emotional control techniques come in. You don't have to let every bump spill your peace. You can hold steady. When you realize that no one has access to your emotional buttons unless you hand them the remote, that's when you start to build mental strength. Think about how freeing that is. You no longer have to be a victim of your own reactions. 5 seconds to stay in control. Let's talk about a little trick I like to call the 5-second window. Something happens. You feel the heat rising, your face flushes, your chest tightens. That's the window. You've got 5 seconds before you react. In those 5 seconds, your brain has a choice. React from emotion or respond with awareness. Here's how it works. The next time you feel triggered, count backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That simple act interrupts the emotional autopilot and gives your logical brain time to catch up. It's not about bottling your emotions. It's about choosing your response. This is one of the simplest but most effective anger management tips you'll ever use. And it works, not just for anger, but for anxiety, sadness, frustration. Anything that tries to hijack your peace. Say you're in traffic, already late, and someone cuts you off aggressively. Your first instinct might be to honk, yell, or let that tension follow you all day. But instead, you pause, count down from 5, and choose to breathe instead of react. Just like that, you've taken control of your mind, instead of handing it over to the moment. The Unshakeable Mindset. Let's turn this into a story. Meet Alex. Alex used to get thrown off by everything. A rude customer ruined his whole morning. A coworker's sarcasm made him stew for hours. He was reactive, tense, and exhausted. But Alex made one shift. He stopped asking, "Why are people like this?" and started asking, "Why does this affect me so much?" That shift is everything. It's what it means to develop mental toughness. Toughness isn't about being cold or numb. It's about being so rooted in your own sense of calm that no one else's storm can pull you in. Alex started seeing every irritation as a weight at the gym. The more he lifted, the stronger he got. Each test wasn't something to avoid, it was training. Now, when someone's rude, Alex thinks, "You must be having a rough day," and moves on. That's the untouchable mindset. Not because you don't care, but because you care too much about your peace to give it away so easily. It's not about becoming passive. It's about becoming powerful in the stillness. You define your worth. Here's a secret. The way we react to people is often a mirror of how we feel about ourselves. If someone criticizes you and it stings deeply, it's usually because a part of you believes it might be true. When your self-worth is dependent on external validation, anyone can shake it. But when it's internal, when you've built it yourself, it's bulletproof. Want to stop reacting to every opinion? Work on your opinion of yourself. Self-worth isn't loud, It doesn't need to prove anything. It doesn't fight to be seen. It just is. And when you have it, you naturally learn how to stop reacting to people because you no longer need their approval or fear their disapproval. That's not arrogance, that's freedom. And it's one of the most underrated ways to build mental strength. People will still test you, but you'll pass those tests because your value is already secure. And the best part? The more you believe in yourself, the less anyone else can shake you. Emotions are not the driver. Here's a mental shift that truly changed the way I handle tough moments. Picture emotions like anger, sadness, and frustration as cars driving down a busy road. You're just standing on the sidewalk, watching them go by. Most people react without thinking. They jump in and let the emotion take control, often getting carried far from where they intended to be. But what if you didn't? What if you simply stayed grounded, observing each emotion as it passed without letting it pull you in or steer your actions? When you remember you are the sky, not the weather, your whole experience shifts. Emotions are information, not instructions. You can feel something without becoming it. You can feel anger without lashing out. You can feel sadness without collapsing. And you can feel doubt without quitting. This simple shift is one of the most powerful emotional control techniques out there. Because once you stop identifying with every emotion, you reclaim the space to choose your next move. You don't have to judge yourself for feeling something. The key is knowing it doesn't define you. That clarity is where resilience is born. Peace is the real power. You know what's rare in this world? Someone who walks through chaos calmly. Someone who doesn't flinch at disrespect, doesn't escalate drama, and doesn't hand over their power just because someone else is loud. That person is rare because they've trained. They've learned to build mental strength the way others build muscle. And they've realized something most people haven't. Peace isn't the absence of conflict. It's the ability to stay calm within it. When you have peace, you don't need to win every argument. You don't need to clap back. You don't need to prove yourself. You can simply observe, decide, and move on. That's power. And it's available to you. Every time you pause before reacting, every time you breathe instead of breaking down, every time you choose calm over chaos, you're becoming stronger. You're becoming unshakable. You're learning how to build mental strength, not just to survive, but to thrive in a noisy world. And that's what being truly powerful looks like. I'm your friendly guide, Mr. Smart, and you've just taken another step toward becoming emotionally powerful, mentally agile, and spiritually composed. If this message resonated with you, like the video, leave a comment to let me know your biggest takeaway and subscribe for more insights like this. Make sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment of growth. And if you know someone who could use a little calm in their life, share this with them today. Every time you choose calm, you take control of your story. Stay smart, stay calm, and keep building that undefeated inner world.